So in this video I'm going to try and show you how to work backwards to work out what key you are working. This is very useful if you're the kind of person, as many good composers do, who throw their hands at an instrument and just come up with something or sing something and think, oh, that sounds nice. And if you think that, you're probably right. But what's really important, of course, is that you then know a little bit more about music theory, so that you can kind of work out what would go with it, rather than always just relying on nothing but trial and error. Okay, so here's an example. Let's say you've thrown your hands at the piano and you come up with a little riff, something like this. Or maybe something like this. That's better. It's got a nice bit of character to it there. Falling down to a G there. Now, how on earth might you go about working out what key you are in? Well, there are some clues. If you know a little bit about music theory, it would be a clue to you that it's using using all white notes, but that's not always the complete story. Now, the first thing I would do is I would say use your ears and see which note you feel of those you're being drawn towards. Maybe that G, and then try that G as chord 1. Okay, so put that G chord down there, play the rest of your little riff along to that G chord and see if this sounds like home. Okay, not really. It definitely feels like we could finish on that chord, obviously, because we've got a G in the melody and a G chord is going to fit with it. That doesn't really feel like home. Now I'm going to discount straight away that D. I hit that D for like a semi-quaver or something, or a quaver if you like. It's not really significant. Same way, that B doesn't really feel like it's significant. So I'm going to focus on those two, the C or the A. Now, I'm going to try the chord of A first, the chord of A minor. You could try both, but let's try A minor and see if that sounds like it's our home. Does kind of work, it's not wrong. And now we'll try the other one. We'll try C. Let's see it with the chord, try it with the chord of C. Now that sounds possibly a bit more like home to me. Okay, and it sounds to me like we've found the key of our riff from working backwards and trying out different chords and see if they feel like home. Now once we've done that, the next little stage you can do, once you think you've worked it out, it is a true fact in music theory that you can harmonise any non-chromatic melody, any diatonic melody, which for your purposes is most melodies you write. You can harmonise any melody only using chord 1, 4 and 5 in that key. So in other words, one of those chords will always fit. So chord 1 in C is of course C, chord 4 is F and chord 5 is G. Now I can harmonise that riff just using those three chords and it will sound fine. C, which is 1, 4, 5, and again 1, 4, 5. Now once you've done that and you've established, I mean that method might help you work out how to add chords as well, which is a separate video really. But once you've had a go at working out what chord 1 is and then trying some of the other chords in that key, which of course by the way you can look up if you find yourself in some hideous key like B major or G sharp minor or something with lots of sharps and flats, the internet is there, you can Google what are the chords in B major and you've got some to try out. But that should help you try and work out what key you're actually working in once you have created something at your instrument. I hope that's been helpful and have fun.